If you're a supervisor or a manager, I have a question for you. How do you make people feel that work for you? The doing people, the employees of the organisation that you manage. How do you make them feel? Now, if you've thought to yourself, I think I do a pretty good job. If we gave a survey to all of your employees that basically measured how you as the manager make them feel, do you think it would be the same as what you think? Now, if you're not sure about that, then that tells me that you haven't had any training in people management, human skills, communication skills, behavioural management, emotional intelligence, mindset, and the list goes on. And that's because in management, we don't seem to teach managers about people skills. We teach them about the process that we want them to follow to make sure that the people who you look after, the employees, do the job that's expected of them. But we don't talk about how you make them feel. And the reason why that happens is because in leadership terms, leaders go to motivational speakers and they read books about how to do things a certain way. Their job as visionaries of the organisation is to make sure that people are happy, is to make sure that they're doing the things that they can do to have a harmonious workplace that helps people. Now, as a manager, what training do you get to help you with communication skills? And I'm going to say it's pretty damn low, because after 20 years myself in management, no one ever talked to me about communication skills. I mean, I must have been fairly reasonable because I got to do it for 20 years. But was I really good at it? Only the people who worked for me can tell me that. But at the end of the day, here's the big question. Have you got people leaving your organisation voluntarily, i.e. they're quitting? If you've got people leaving your organisation, it's a well-known fact that the majority of reasons why people leave an organisation is because of management. And it's not so much the decisions that you make, it's how you make people feel. You see, being task-related is not a bad thing. It means you're good at dealing with processes. But at the end of the day, the most important part is your relationship with employees. Now, employees, they've got a job to do and they know it. That's why they put their hand up to get the job in the first place. But if people are leaving because of communication between employees and management, that's because we haven't trained management in better communication skills. Now, if you happen to be a manager and your organisation doesn't spend any money whatsoever in education and training, well, step up, managers. Spend some money on yourself and help yourself get better at what you're doing. Because if you learn these skills, you are preparing to become a leader. Now, leadership is not something you just get to apply for because you've been a manager for a certain amount of time. A lot of managers can be managers forever, but they'll never be a leader. And it's because they are missing these really key ingredient skills. And top organisations know this, but they're not spending the money on management teams to help with education and training around communication and people skills. So if you're a manager and you want to up your game, if your organisation's not prepared to get involved and help you get the education and training, invest in yourself. You want to know more? You can find me at theleadershipconsultant.com.au.